Okay, welcome everyone. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are doing well. I know it's like Christmas crazy time, so I appreciate you guys taking the time to be on tonight. I just realized there's a unicorn in the background. Did you guys see this? Unicorn. Okay, we are talking tonight about how to do a calendar audit and kind of sync up our calendars for 2023. So we are being proactive. We are not going to just miss out on everything because we're not organized. So you are going to need either your calendar, a notebook, a piece of paper, something like that. So make sure you have something to write with. And before we dive in, just a couple of reminders. Next week is our team Christmas party. We do a Christmas party Zoom. So that's going to be super fun. We will have games and giveaways and just fun stuff. And if you're doing the ornament exchange, make sure you get your partner their ornament, because on the Zoom call, we will show them and introduce our partners. And hopefully it was just a good chance for you to get to know someone new. So that will be super fun. That's next Monday. Also, we have our next big team-wide wellness challenge coming up in January. We do one every quarter. So January 9th, we are going to start a reset challenge. It's called Reset Me 2023. So starting with 3-day reset and then going right into wellness support for the whole month with intermittent fasting, a meal plan, workouts, all of that great stuff. So be thinking about that. If you want to do it, you can get your reset kit this month. They are still $20 off if it's included in a $50 or more order. There's free shipping on $175 or more. So it's a good time to get a reset kit and be inviting, because these team wellness challenges are huge. We always have tons of new people hop on board to do them. And for those of you with a current team, it's also a great retention tool to get people plugged in, because they get so much support, new ideas, new recipes, new accountability partners, all of the things. So definitely take advantage of that. You have all month to promote it, and even into the first week of January. That's why we're starting the 9th. So it's just a great tool, and they're always really fun. Okay, so those were the announcements. We are going to talk about doing a calendar audit. Who here knows what I'm talking about, has done a calendar audit? Show me your hand. Okay, some of you, great. So this is something that I do every single year, and it's something I picked up from John Maxwell. So he is like the best leadership. How do I even describe him? He writes books. He's an author, a speaker. Like, he runs this whole leadership corporation, and like he is the man. He is a leadership guru, and he's one of the speakers at convention this year. So I cannot wait to hear from him. I affectionately call him Uncle John because he's just amazing. But one of the things he teaches is how to do a calendar audit. And so there is an awesome podcast episode and a free worksheet. And so I will send you guys that link, so that if you like this idea and you want to dive more into it, you can follow that link, listen to him teach on it, because he's going to do a much more fabulous job than I will. But I will give you the overview. And I know as you get towards the end of the year, it's very tempting to not take the time to reflect, right? Like, we just want to plow forward. We just want to set new goals. We just want to like leave the things in the past. But it's so important to reflect on the past year. And it's actually going to help you have a much more productive year coming up if you can reflect on 2022. What went well, what did not go well, and actually take the time to write those things down, to think through them. It's going to inform your activities for the next year. So here's how you do a calendar audit. You are basically going to take all your calendars. If you have multiple calendars, I know I've got one hanging in the kitchen, I got my planner in my office, whatever, get them all and sit down, carve out an hour of time. It does not have to take forever, but give yourself an hour where you can focus, where there's, maybe it's nap time or early morning or everyone's in bed, whatever you need to do, go to a coffee shop, take those calendars, get them out, sit down and look through them, and have just like a blank piece of notebook paper or something to write on. Flip through your calendars, and you're going to write down things in a few different categories. Okay, so you may want to jot these down now. The first category is, what was life-giving? What was life-giving? And so you're just looking through, like, look at the things you wrote on your calendar. What really blessed our family this year? What energized me? What felt like a great use of my time? All of those life-giving things. And I kind of make a few columns down my notebook. Like, what was life-giving? I flip through the months, write them down. The next column is what was life draining? What was life draining? What do I wish I hadn't done or hadn't spent so much time on, or was just too much, or just pushed us like beyond, what we should have been doing? What was life draining? So that's the second column. Again, you flip through. I just go month by month, kind of skim my calendar and write those things down. And another category, what was a waste of time? What are things that like I completely do not want to do again next year? Okay, what was a waste of time? And then the fourth thing I like to look at, and this is just kind of a yes or no and a reflection question, is did I have sufficient white space in my calendar? So white space, those are the days that don't have things on it, right? And so when I look at my December right now, there is not a lot of white space, right? Like it is a crazy month, probably for all of you. And so I just personally hit that point where I'm like, oh, too much is filling up. So it's my cue to start saying no, like, nope, we can't do that thing. We can't do that extra trip. We can't go to that thing, because you have to preserve that white space in your calendar. And that looks different for everyone. Maybe you're a person that needs a lot of white space, downtime, family time, unplanned time. And maybe you thrive on, having a very, very busy schedule. But just reflect on your months as you look through the calendar and ask yourself, did I have sufficient white space, or is it something that I need to do a little bit better? Maybe learn to say no to more things in 2023. And so after going through each month, I just asked myself reflection questions. What do I want to see more of in 2023, right? You can set kind of some intentions for this coming year. Like, what do I want to see more of? What do I want to see grow, or activities that, really were life-giving that I want to do more of? And then if you did a word of the year from 2022, if you did, let me guys ask you, can you put it in the chat? I'm curious to see if you remember your word of the year. Boom, Shannon's like, focus. Victoria says she doesn't remember. That's okay. Impact, learn, breakthrough. Good. Okay, so a lot of you do remember. Most of the time, it has like just escaped our brain by this time of year. So if you did a word of the year, reflect on it, right? Like Nicole, if your word was impact, what were you hoping that would mean for you in 2022? And did you see those things happen? Did you do the things? Did you see the things you wanted to see? If not, why? Learn from it, right? And then, yes, pick a new word for 2023. And we will talk about this more as we get into the new year, but just having a word of the year to kind of focus on, or maybe it's a phrase or a little quote or a sentence or something, but just something to get centered around to kind of direct you going into the new year. So Victoria's got her word. First quarter 2023 is going to be fun. So woo! Victoria's team is like, all right, bring it on. It's going to be fun. But yeah, reflect on your word of the year. Did you accomplish what you wanted to accomplish based on that word? Choose a word for 2023, and then visualize the growth you want to see in yourself and in your business in the coming year. Okay. Also, you can do a more in-depth review reflecting on your business. And Megan Malakovic sent me this whole list of questions that I sat down last night and answered. And I'm happy to send them to any of you that want to take like a deeper dive and kind of a deeper reflection, even going through and thinking through like, what was my biggest accomplishment, my proudest moment this past year? What was my biggest frustration? What was the hardest lesson I learned? Like all these questions. And I was like, oh, I don't want to sit and fill this thing out. But I did. And as I did, a lot of things came to mind over this past year that I had kind of forgot about, or maybe just like pressed down because they were hard things I didn't really want to think about. But it was really good to take that reflection time. So if you guys want those questions, I would love to send them to you. And there's a goal setting section as well. So business goals, family goals, financial goals, okay? Really, really important to not just have your business goals, but also your family goals, your personal goals, right? Like your health and wellness goals, all of those things. This is the time of year to be thinking about and planning for 2023. So yes, Shannon, Nicole, I can definitely send it to you guys. Okay, so I'll put those resources in our chats and pages so you have access to them. And I highly encourage you to take the time to reflect, okay? Do not neglect it. I know it feels like, oh, that's not gonna move the needle. It actually will, because you're gonna be able to move forward with so much more clarity. So take that time to reflect. And a lot of times as you get into the new year, we think like, okay, what do I gotta do? What do I gotta do? Yes, you wanna know what you gotta do, but a lot of times you also need to know what you need to let go of, okay? Especially if you've been doing this a while, there may be things that you just need to let go of and flipping back through your calendar and doing that audit is going to show you like, okay, these things were not productive for me, or these things I didn't enjoy doing, and we need to not do them again in 2023. Okay, any questions about that stuff? Because I'm going to move into events and things, dates coming up. Yes, Diane, Danielle, Tabitha. Yep, I will send it to all you guys. I'll probably just pop it in one of our chats so that everybody has it.
Can I share something quick? Thinking about like
Yes.
the reflection piece. Okay, so it's not like I've sat down and really focused on like the reflection of the year, but I have taken the time to write all my level ones a personal handwritten Christmas card. And even if they have not ordered this year, like, and then seeing those names and reflecting on like, how could I have done better? Like, what was our last conversation? It's really helped me focus and see how I want to start the new year with all of the people. And then looking at those names too, and see how deep I've built my relationships with my lower levels. And that has been very beneficial for me to just to actually sit down and look at that. And I don't think I've never done that year to date. So if anyone needs a little tidbit for maybe a push for the end of the year, or even like the beginning of the year, writing, Happy New Year cards or something like that, or inspiration for the new year to your people, that would be awesome.
I love that. That's amazing. Such a good use of time. I do that too. And guys, here's something easy you can do. I do a postcard, and I know Victoria has done a postcard too. They're actually cheaper to mail. And I have like a little like, thank you for supporting my business, picture of my family, Merry Christmas. And you just address it. And then I'll write a little note on the bottom. And so like, it's so easy. And I've gotten so many messages from my customers like, oh my word, I can't believe you sent that. And yeah, inactive customers, like they haven't ordered in years, I still send them a postcard. And you never know, like you may start conversations back up, but you're focusing on the people. What program did I use? What did I use? Zazzle. I used Zazzle. And that's the first. Oh yeah, there's Victoria. Super cute. Yeah, love it. Yeah, so like Zazzle, Shutterfly, Walmart, Photo, whatever. Like they all have postcards, and postcard stamps are cheaper. And so it's quick, it's easy, and your customers will appreciate it so much. What was I going to tell you? Oh, so you're focusing on the people, right? That's what I'm hearing. You're focusing on the people and on the relationships. And that has been like the forefront of my mind. Like we get really wrapped up in the points, but you guys, if you focus on your people, your points will take care of itself, right? Like this is a people business. So your points, where you're at in your business or in your rank, is just a little road mark. It's just to inform you, right? To give you information about what's happening in your business. But the people and focusing and caring for your current customers, your potentials, that is absolutely what's going to move the needle. Yeah, Victoria, go ahead.
Just quick on that, because I want you guys, like Nicole was saying, she dove into her back office. Don't assume that diving into your back office means that you're all about the points. Okay. She dove into her back office. She got her list of her people. And just like she said, like, it just helped her reflect, okay, did I really provide good customer care for all these people? What can I do better? And I think for me, at least, sometimes I associate when I get in there, like, oh, because it's points related, right? You're clicking on points and rank up, but know that behind that points and rank up are people. So it's kind of tricky sometimes for our brains, because I feel like we see the points and then we click the people, right? But just know that yes, the people are first, and there are actual people behind those numbers. So don't let your brain play tricks on you there.
Yeah, that's great.
It will desensitize you to it, because you have to click out and back in every single time. Because like I am updating my email list and my addresses as well. So every person you have to click out and back in. So you constantly see that. But once you get into it, I don't know, that feeling of looking at the points just goes away. I don't know. You feel grateful for all of the thank yous that you're sending.
Right. Yeah. And realizing like some people, like not everyone's going to stay forever, right? So some people are here, ordering from you for a season, and then they walk away from Plexus, and that's okay. Like it's so great to not have like a negative emotion attached to that, right? Like we're here to love and serve our people for however long they want to be a part of Plexus. If that's one order. Okay, like, do we want them around longer? Of course, but are we still grateful, and can we still serve people, you know, even if they're not a lifer, a lifetime customer? And we can. And so I think just not having negative emotions around those inactive people, but being grateful and expressing that to them, that's actually going to make them want to come back to you, right? More so than, oh, they're not ordering, so I'm not talking to them. So those are great comments. Okay, real quick, calendar sync up. Okay, I got all the dates for all the corporate things that are going on and all the things we're doing as a team. And we are going to get them on paper now so that you can move into 2023 proactively, because we don't want to be reactive. We want to be proactive, planning effectively. And so we want to get ahead of the year. And as I share this stuff, don't be overwhelmed. This is not to say that you have to attend or plug into every single thing, but to tell you, like, here's all the things that are happening so you can figure out what you will plug into or what you will attend, and then start making a plan for that to happen, right? Because if we're not making a plan, those dates are just going to pass by and nothing will happen. So important dates to save. For us as a team, I think it's important to know ahead of time that our team wellness challenges that we do quarterly, they are going to be January, April, July, and October. Same as last year, January, April, July, and October. So that's just good to kind of keep in the back of your mind as you think about, like, if you want to do your own wellness challenges or do, you know, different things with your team, you can know we will be having a large team wellness challenge in January, April, July, and October. Okay, so that's for our team. We also have Super Saturday coming up. That's kind of the first thing that's going to hit. That's a corporate event. It's January 14. Yeah, 14. That's the Saturday. So we have a retreat in Lancaster, January 13 to 15. And a lot of you are going to be there. I'm super excited to see you. And if anyone else wants to come, I think we still have 1 or 2 spots open. But even if you can't attend the retreat, Super Saturday is a virtual event that you can watch on January 14th. Always awesome, good training, usually some fun announcements. And I know if you register, they will send you 3 free membership codes as well. So it's totally worth the investment. I think it's like $19.95 to register. Okay, so that's coming up real soon in January. Also, we had a call with Alita, who is one of our Diamond uplines, and she let us know that she's going to be restarting her accountability calls. And a lot of you have done them, and they're great. They're based on rank. So from silver, if you're between silver and gold, they're going to be Sunday nights in January from 8 to 8:30. And if you're a senior gold to ruby, it's going to be 8:30 to 9 on Sunday nights. So again, that's coming in January really soon. So if you want to take part in those, you can kind of start thinking about it, making a plan for that. Plexus Book Club. I will be honest with you, I have not done a good job of promoting the corporate book club, but as I hear more about them, they are incredible. They get the author of the book to hop on a Zoom, and it's one Saturday a month. So the next one is the 21st of January. So Saturday, 1/21. It's at 12 p.m. Eastern, and the book is called Remarkable. And they are one Saturday every single month. So I will do a better job of communicating those to you guys. But if you wanted to plug into the January one, even if you don't read the book, it's helpful to be on the Zoom, because then you get to hear about the book, you get to hear from the author, and maybe it's a book that you want to pick up. If not, they're going to kind of give you the highlight reel from it, and you'll still learn and grow. So I know I'm going to be on that and do a better job of plugging into those every single month. Okay, then there's like not a whole lot going on corporate wise until convention. Convention is amazing. If there's any way possible for you to get there, you want to be there. And it's June 16 to 18. And it's in Nashville this year. Registration is open. It's going to be incredible. So June 16 to 18. The Black Tie Gala is June 15th. So if you plan on earning Black Tie Gala, which I will say was incredible, then you're going to want to plan on being there the 15th. All right. So June 15th through 18th. It was an amazing, amazing experience. And if you've never been to convention in person, it's totally worth it. I know it's hard. I know y'all have babies and got to make plans and shuffle things around. I get it, but it's so great to be in person. So I would love to see you guys there. And I just promise you, it's a great investment in your business to be there. Okay, so that's convention. Then there is Rubies on the Rise and Gold School. Okay, Rubies on the Rise and Gold School. If you hit Ruby for the first time, or if you sponsor a level 1 Ruby, someone who goes Ruby, those events, there's going to be one in April and one in October. The corporate has not announced the exact dates yet, but just wanted to put it on your radar, April or October. Gold School, similarly, if you hit gold for the first time, or if you sponsor a level 1 gold, the next one is coming up February 4th, so that's soon. And the other dates are going to be in August and November. Okay. Leaders Retreat. Amber sent me the date and now I didn't write it down. Do you know off the top of your head, Amber?
Yeah, November 2nd.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm going to add it on my thing here. November 2nd,
Sure.
Leaders Retreat. So that is another trip that you can earn. And it is for any rank. So you do not have to be a ruby, a jewel, a diamond. It can be for anyone. And it's an earned trip. So there will be details coming out like usually the quarter before, telling you how you can earn Leaders Retreat. It's amazing. And November 2nd, maybe just pencil that in, because if you earn it, you're definitely going to want to be there. It's going to be great. And then the last thing I have for the calendar is Emerald Extravaganza. That is going to be in September 2023. You will need your passport, okay? Because it's going to be in Mayakoba, Mexico. That's where we were 2 years ago. Amazing, amazing resort. And if you plan on being Emerald this year, then you want to save that date. So Emerald Extravaganza in September, okay? So those are all the things. Anything I'm missing, guys, that's on your radar that you want to share? You have one, Victoria?
I was just gonna say, we don't need to know details or dates for this, but do we want to mention anything about like the IPA stuff Alita mentioned, or just wait?
Okay, so yes, we can definitely mention it. I don't have a ton of details, but Alita also mentioned that in February, there's going to be a Monday afternoon mindset coaching that's going to be available, that she is going to also run an IPA challenge the first 5 days of every month. And she's going to do a February book club. And then in March, we're going to be doing another Level Up Leaders. So if you guys plugged into that, we've done that 2 times. It's basically like a mini leaders retreat for our team, and it's on Zoom, and they've been incredible. So as that stuff gets more like ironed out with times and dates and details, we will definitely be sharing it. There is no lack of resources from our team, you guys. Okay, like there is so many things that you can plug into. And so I want to encourage you to not feel overwhelmed by that, but feel grateful for that, right? How much better is it to have so many resources than to feel alone and like, my upline's not pouring into me and I have no help. Like there are other teams that are not doing anything, okay? And they're like, I'm just alone. I don't know what's going on. Lori, I love your face right now. Okay, so we kind of swing the other way where it's like, there is literally so much you can plug into, like you have no excuse, okay? Like you have no excuse. And so what you wanna do is just tap into the things that are gonna help you in the season that you're in right now. And if that means not everything, that's totally great, right? But just find like, okay, this is really going to be for me. This is going to be for me. These other things, not so much right now. If you're not sure, like what should I plug into, ask your upline. Like, hey, I want to go to one event this year in person. What should it be? Okay. We can help you figure those kind of things out. But yes, there is so much good stuff. Thank you, Victoria, for typing all that out. That was great. Okay, yes, IPA challenges, we will definitely keep doing them, whether we're plugging into Alitas, we're doing our own thing, something that is amazing. And guys, our consistency chat, that's like, even when there's not an IPA challenge going on, use that. Like it's kind of like the ongoing IPA challenge. Like we're showing up every day, showing up, doing the work. And that's the place where you can say like, I showed up today. I'm still here. I sent the messages. Lori said, you know, I felt really scared, but I said it anyway, and we can applaud you and cheer you on. Like that is the place to do that. Okay, I think that's it, guys. It's like going to be an amazing year, 2023. It's going to be great. And this month isn't over either. It's only mid-December, and you guys are just crushing it with the IPA challenge. Don't forget about the Diamonds in December videos that are on the team page. So encouraging. Highly encourage you guys to listen to those before you do your IPA, before you do your work for the day, because you are just going to feel so inspired and like operate from just a great mindset. So, okay, that is all I got, guys. Any questions before we hop off? Okay, don't forget next week, Christmas party. Oh, was there a question there? Sorry. Nope. Okay. All right, next week, Christmas party. Yeah, sounds great. Thank you guys so much for being on, and I will just stay on for prayer for anyone who wants to stay. But otherwise, you guys have a wonderful night.
Adios, everybody.